Shirts and skins is what they're doing tonight.
I just totally 100% object to this. And if I was the GM or coach, I would never let one of my players walk out on the floor looking like this. I mean, we are a professional NBA league. We ain't summer league. We ain't at the YMCA.
Listen, I think coaches got to go back to suits.
Absolutely. I just think
college and pro.
I just think the professionalism in our NBA league has diminished so much. And I look, I like LeBron. I'm a fan of his, so forth and so on. But to walk out on the floor before a game with no shirt on and shoot, I mean, come on, man. Where we at? What we doing? Where we at? Now, if you want to...
Isiah Thomas went off. Boy, did he ever go off. Welcome to another episode of Throwing It Back with Sean Farrell. I am Sean Farrell. God is great. Ooh. I just sprayed some air freshener. That thing is strong, okay? Woo. That air freshener is strong. That air freshener is strong. Woo. Okay, I'm going to try to work through it, all right? So, welcome to another episode of Throwing It Back with Sean Farrell. I am Sean Farrell. God is great all the time. All the time, God is great. Jesus Christ died and he rose again. John 3:16. Let's get into it. So, Isiah Thomas went off. Okay. Isiah Thomas went off on LeBron. And what really drove it home, what really drove Isiah Thomas's point home, was not how he spoke about the professionalism. The point he made was good. Okay. The point he made was excellent. But what really drove it home is when he pounded his hands on the desk like, we are a professional basketball league. And you remember what he said at the end. I mean, what are we doing? I think Isiah Thomas pounding his hands on the desk, it was like, that really put an emphasis on the point that he was making, okay? That really put an emphasis on the point he was making. And I think he's right. I'm not just saying that just to say that. I think Isiah Thomas is right. There is no more professionalism in our league, okay? So, I want to ask a question. When did the professionalism start to go out of the NBA, okay? Because guys on up to the legends of the game, random NBA players, they all, well, not all of them, well, yeah, a lot. Yeah, I'm going to say all of them, okay? I don't know. I don't know how all NBA players dress, but I would say 99% of NBA players look professional. On the court and off the court. They dress in suits. They and it sure as hell didn't come to shoot arounds with the shirts off. You never saw Wilt. Wilt never came to, well, there wasn't much footage in the 60s, so who knows if Wilt came to shoot around with his shirt off. Right? Anyway, you never saw Michael Jordan shooting pre-game with his shirt off. You never saw Isiah Thomas like that. Magic, Larry, Kobe, Shaq, David Robinson. Okay? Jerry West, Bill Russell. You never heard about those. You never saw all those guys coming to shoot around, shooting jumpers shirtless. I just wonder what Red Auerbach would say if one of his players came to practice shirtless. Shoot, I just wonder what Michael Jordan would say about Scottie Pippen coming to shoot around shirtless. Okay. So, but so the question is, when did the professionalism start to go out the window? Okay. This is probably going to upset a few people, but I believe as the NBA was moving towards the post-Jordan Bulls era, okay, as the NBA was moving towards the post-Jordan Bulls era, I believe the NBA started to move more towards hip-hop culture, okay, instead of the image that Jordan led with for the NBA all those years. So the NBA was beginning to move towards hip-hop culture, a more hip-hop culture post-Jordan Bulls. And I think that's where the professionalism started to go out the window, okay? That may upset some people, but hey, that's just what I say. That's what I think, okay? So, I remember watching a game, right? I remember watching a game, and I remember I was a senior in high school, and I was watching the Pistons versus 76ers, 2004. Chris Ford was the coach of the 76ers at that time, and he did discipline Allen Iverson. And he did discipline Allen Iverson. He benched Allen Iverson for disciplinary reasons, and they were playing the Pistons on Sunday, I believe. Okay, at the Palace of Auburn Hills, and they showed a shot of Allen Iverson, and he was wearing a do-rag. His hat was like this. He was wearing a big chain. He was wearing a throwback jersey of another NBA player. Okay, and so I just said, that's an interesting way to dress. That's an interesting way to dress. When you get hit benched or probably not even activated for the head game, but yeah. And so it was very well known that David Stern did not like that the NBA was moving more towards a hip-hop culture. Okay, David Stern did not like that. And you remember what happened after the Malice at the Palace? The dress code. David Stern came and put in the dress code. Okay, and maybe the dress code came in before Malice at the Palace, or maybe it came in right after. Okay, so but it came in around that time. Okay, the dress code came in around that time, and basically, what David Stern was saying was, guys, you're pros. Dress like pros. Show some professionalism. Okay, that's all David Stern was saying with the dress code. You guys are pros. Act professional. That's all David Stern was saying. But some people labeled the dress code as racist. Okay, they labeled it as racist when all David Stern was saying, look, just look professional. Okay? Don't be dressed like, don't come dressed like a rapper or something like that. Okay? Look professional. Wear suits. Right? And that did upset some NBA players. I know. Oh, it did, because I remember hearing about that dress code. I didn't think much of it. I didn't think much of the dress code, and I remember NBA players grumbling about that, not being able to dress the way they wanted to. And to follow up on Charles Barkley's point about professionalism, I'm Charles Barkley. said Charles Barkley. To follow up on Isiah Thomas's point about professionalism, about there basically being no professionalism anymore. I think one of the reasons why there is no professionalism in the NBA no more is because there are no more pros. Okay, what do I say when I mean what do I mean when I say there are no more pros? Well, Charles Barkley talked about this years ago. Charles Barkley said, the NBA, what the NBA is missing is a veteran liaison. Okay, in other words, when Derrick Rose first got to the Bulls, he had guys like Kurt Thomas, okay, who was in his early 40s. I remember when the Bulls signed Kurt Thomas early during the Derrick Rose era with the Bulls. The Bulls had guys like Kurt Thomas to show Derrick Rose how to be a pro, how to do this, how to do that, okay? Charles Barkley, when he came into the league, he had Doc, Andrew Toney, Bobby Jones, Maurice Cheeks, Moses Malone, okay? Kobe Bryant, when he came into the league, he had Byron Scott, okay? Byron Scott played his last year in the NBA with the Lakers. So when Kobe Bryant came into the league, he had Byron Scott, all right? When Scottie Pippen came into the league, of course, he had Jordan to learn from, right? When Shaq came into the league, he had guys like Greg Kite to learn from. Larry Bird, when he got there, had Dave Cowens to learn from. Okay, so he had all. So the guys that came into the league had pros to learn from about being a pro. Tracy McGrady said when he came into the league, he used to dress in a hat, t-shirt, sweatpants. Then he got Kevin Willis, D. Brown, Charles Oakley, Muggsy Bogues. All these guys taught Tracy McGrady, hey, this is the way you do things. Okay? All right? This is the way you do things. And can we say that about the NBA today? That the NBA has a veteran liaison who shows these young guys that, hey, this is how you get stuff done. Okay? This is how you get stuff done. I don't think so. I don't think so. Professionalism has been run out of the NBA. Now it's do what you want, dress how you want. Russell Westbrook, if you want to dress in a skirt, that's fine. Yeah. When Isiah Thomas said that professionalism has gone out of the NBA, so many things went through my mind when he said that. So many things went through my mind when he said that. Then I started thinking about the professionalism of players on the court, off the court. Just so many things went through my head. And it seems like the NBA legends agree with Isiah Thomas. It seems like the legends of the game agree with Isiah Thomas. I saw Eddie Johnson, excellent player, six man of the year award winner a few times. I saw Eddie Johnson come out and say, I agree. Yeah, I agree. So, undoubtedly, NBA legends are going to take the side of Isiah Thomas. And I think, man, I don't think professionalism in the NBA will ever come back. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Okay. But Isiah Thomas was spot on when he said there is no professionalism in the NBA. On the court, off the court. There's just no professionalism. That's just one of the many reasons why the NBA is dead right now. Okay? That's just one of the many reasons why the NBA is dead. But that's just my thoughts on it. What are your thoughts about Isiah Thomas scolding LeBron James for not being more professional? What are your thoughts about Isiah Thomas saying the professionalism has gone out of the NBA? I've given you my takes, so I'm pretty sure you all will have your takes down in the comments. And so there's probably going to be debating, arguing, or whatnot. But what do you think about Isiah Thomas's comments? All right, y'all. That's it. And that's all for Throwing It Back with Sean Farrell. I'm out of here. Peace out. God bless.